there are folks who still hold true to the belief that no one should be able to touch them and that somehow magically it will all work out fairly.
Well, new at 6, a battle over water restrictions in the middle of a drought lands in court. Good evening. I'm Andre Sr.
And I'm Claudine Wong in for Christina Rendon. As California deals with a worsening drought, San Francisco and several Central Valley irrigation districts are suing the state for forcing water restrictions.
Investigative reporter Brooks Jaros is here with how rules from more than 100 years ago are at the center of this fight. Brooks.
San Francisco has senior water rights dating back to the early 1900s, and they give the city priority to collect water from reservoirs and rivers. Those with junior rights are lower on the list and first to be forced to stop drawing water. But right now, with less to go around, those with older water rights are being restricted, and that has brought about this latest legal challenge.
Year 2 of extraordinary drought. In the Central Valley, where crops are king, farmers and landowners want every drop of water they can get. But last month, big cuts to 4,500 farms and cities. State regulators telling them to stop drawing water from reservoirs, rivers, and streams, or else face a fine up to $10,000 a day. Several irrigation districts in the city of San Francisco are crying foul, suing and claiming the State Water Resources Control Board doesn't have that authority, even in a drought emergency, especially for those with long-standing, century-old first dibs to California's water, predating the state's oversight.
Really, the issue is the devil's in the details.
Felicia Marcus is an attorney and a former chair of the State Water Board. She says the drastic cuts reflect the state's need to regulate water during dire drought.
It's important for the water board to be there as the cop on the beat to call balls and strikes in the amount of time that you need in the case of a drought. So from a logical public policy perspective, it makes perfect sense. From a historical practice perspective, there are folks who still hold true to the belief that no one should be able to touch them and that somehow magically it will all work out fairly.
The restrictions are aimed at protecting fish and wildlife in the river delta. Regardless, it will take a toll. Agriculture may suffer the most. No water for fields from Fresno to the Oregon border. The suit argues the state doesn't have a way to properly measure water use and shouldn't be setting limits. Some cities, like San Francisco, have lots of water storage but don't want to rely on that supply as its only source. In a statement, the city attorney's office called the board's approach flawed and unlawful, saying in part, curtailing San Francisco's senior water rights while potentially letting junior water rights holders in other parts of the state off the hook is contrary to long-standing California law and makes no sense. The Water Board would not comment. There has been a long history of senior water rights holders challenging its authority. Many of those issues have yet to be settled. But this year, cutbacks have been calculated and planned. Marcus says that gives the state good odds at winning the case and a potential sinker for thousands of water rights holders who say the restrictions are off base.
I think if the Water Board is found unable to do this, I guarantee you there will be calls for legislation to change the system because there's no system there.
Now, most likely this lawsuit won't be decided on until after this period of extraordinary drought is past. San Francisco has enough water in its reservoirs to meet demand for at least a couple years. Water agencies can be exempt from the cutbacks if people's health and safety are at risk. In the newsroom, I'm Brooks Jaros, KTVU Fox 2 News.
All right, Brooks, thank you so much for that report.